hook we were talking about, the story, was used by one of the top consulting firms when they were in a situation where there was a 2009 economic recession coming up, and then a consulting firm was called to revamp the entire USPS operations. And when they presented this story, when they presented their proposal, this story was used as a hook to capture the attention. And how, any guesses on which company that is, the top 5?
McKinsey.
McKinsey. It is used by McKinsey. And you know, one of our ex-Meraki members come from McKinsey. You know, I got inspired by this topic in one of that meeting which happened before COVID. We did a pyramid, human pyramid, if you remember that meeting,
yes,
right?
Yes.
That is the inspiration for me to do this theme today. Still I take and watch those videos, and it is a McKinsey technique to storytelling. She took one pyramid principle. You can Google and search McKinsey's pyramid principle, which forms the basis of storytelling. So that's an interesting read. How McKinsey connected this hook to the real world problem is something very interesting. You saw the clouds, right? The clouds, it was cloudy in the morning when they walked in and all that. They used that cloud, which is a metaphor, to connect to the business problem. McKinsey and company used it to connect to the business problem. What they said is, you have many clouds that are approaching you, surrounding you, which is making you, the company, look very gloomy. And the clouds are, number one, your workforce is aging. So you need to, that is a problem, because since your workforce is aging, you need to pay for their retirement and healthcare costs, which is a huge bill, right? And then the second gloomy cloud that is surrounding USPS is, many people are moving to emails, which means there is a drop in volume of mails, right? That is also the economic recession that is coming up. So net, what was happening that time was, the number of pieces of emails delivered, the mails delivered dropped by 25 billion pieces. When they say piece, one cover, one postal cover is one piece. So in 2009, they said your drop in volume is 25 billion pieces, meaning the sustainability of USPS itself is in question. And to tell this story, they used that Lowey post office example as a hook, and then they went into this story. Very interesting conversation. So they used cloud as a connection. With that, my question to you is, what do you think that made the first story tick? What do you think that made that first story tick?
Whatever it may be the situation, just stick on to the things what you are doing.
Yeah. So there are some special characteristics in that story that made that story really, really attractive. Right? We will talk about that in the subsequent sections. So now let's move on to the prepared speeches section. So today we have someone very special giving the prepared speech for today, Toastmaster Chellakanan. So his speech will be evaluated by DTM Satish. Satish, if you can read out the project objectives.
Thank you. Ashok, good morning, Toastmasters and guests from KCG. Every time we have the prepared speeches, we might assume some objectives. Maybe this is something very new or may not be tried many a times. I thought I'll take some inputs from the manual for the audience to be aware of what is this project is all about. It's about negotiate the best outcome. I'll touch upon few things of the project before I go to the objective. Number one, there are 4 types of outcome elaborated in the manual, which is win-win, win-lose, compromise, or when to walk away. These are all the 4 types of outcomes possible in negotiation. There are 4 negotiation styles are elaborated, which is competitive number 1, accommodative number 2, compromise and collaborate. These are all the 4 negotiation styles. And also there are some strategies mentioned in the manual, which is about the first 5 minutes is very important. Stay objective and impersonal. Use always I statement. Show appreciation. Time your discussion, and finally focus on the interest of both the parties. So these are all the few glimpses of the project. When come to the overview or the purpose of the project is learn about different types of negotiation and strategies that can be used when negotiating. It's about developing a 5 to 7 minute speech about a past or upcoming negotiation in your life. The negotiation must be one that you have participated or will participate in. You may choose to reflect on the strategies you used or those that you believe would be the best beneficiary in the future. Your speech can be persuasive, humorous, informational, or crafted in any style that appeals to you and support your speech content. Timer, please note the time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, CK. Over to you, Ashok.
Thank you so much for that detailed evaluation notes, Satish. Project objective. So the title of the speech is Knock the Challenge and Look for New Opportunity. Path Dynamic Leadership Level 3 first speech. Project is Negotiating the Best Outcome. Timer 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, CK.